the stock market as a zero-sum game. Do you believe playing poker is investing? If you said no, then let me ask you this: isn't someone at the table making money by investing a certain amount of money and enjoying returns after playing the game? Doesn't that sound like the stock market game? Nevertheless, poker is not investing, it's a zero-sum game. It's a zero-sum game, somebody wins and somebody loses. Money itself isn't lost or made, it's simply transferred from one perception to another. He was talking about the stock market. Let's imagine a poker game with 3 players. Each player has 10 chips, 30 chips total. By the end of the game, one player ends up with 0 chips, another player has 28 chips, and the third player has 2 chips. There are still only 30 chips in the game. No chips appeared or disappeared. The chips were simply transferred from one player to another. For the winner to win, someone else had to lose all of the chips that came into the game left the game. This is called a zero-sum game. The NASDAQ glossary gives the following definition of a zero-sum game: a situation in which one participant's gains result only from another participant's equivalent losses. The net change in total wealth among participants is 0, the wealth is just shifted from one to another. Examples of zero-sum games include checkers, poker, and gambling in general. Another example of a zero-sum game is a Ponzi scheme. In a Ponzi scheme, each player pays a fixed amount to the player who recruits him. This new player then goes out and recruits more players, and thus profits from their buy-in payment. Every dollar that the early players take away from the scheme is paid into the scheme by some other player. Who are the losers? The last people to enter the game, when there are no more people to recruit, lose their entry fee. Meanwhile, them losses exactly match the profits of the early adopters. It turns out that the stock market is a zero-sum game, too. Every dollar that some investor wins in a stock market investment, some other investor lost. As Gecko observes in Wall Street, money in the stock market is shifted from one person to another. No wealth is created, it's simply shifted.